Ahoy, this is Zdenka. 2 years ago, I've introduced Hohem iSteady V2. It was my favorite gimbal for travel as it is tiny. Hohem is back with a new version V3 and I can tell you that there are many fantastic upgrades. Check this out. Start and stop recording with this gesture. Here I am tracking myself in portrait mode. Now I'm tracking myself with an AI sensor on the top. And now I'm tracking myself with a sensor down. And take a look at this new detachable remote. I'll explain everything. This is a first look at this new gimbal. This video is sponsored by Hohem. In this video, I'll be using both phones, iPhone 15 Pro and Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. So what is happening with the AI tracking sensor? At the top, at the bottom, on the side? First of all, very quickly, it's a standard small gimbal, fits in your pocket. It has an extension rod, a built-in tripod. This is how it sits on a table. The design of the AI tracking sensor has changed. It is still detachable, but they added these locks now, so you cannot lose it. You have to press the legs to detach it. There are these little magnetic legs. So when you place it in, it just snaps like this. I have to admit that the first time I turned the gimbal on, I was a bit confused. The sensor was facing down, my smartphone was upside down. Of course, I didn't follow the manual directions to install it vertically. I placed it in the same way as all other gimbals. I thought it was broken. No, it wasn't. It has 3 different default startup shooting orientations settings. Once you go to Hohem Joy App and gimbal settings, here is where you can switch them. Let me explain each of them. The first one is portrait. Once you select that, you will insert the phone with the camera facing the motor. The AI tracking sensor will be on the side now, and it's ready to track me. So any videos I'm gonna record for any social media, any Reels, vertical content, live streaming, and all that, it will always track me in any app. Okay, the next shooting orientation would be with the sensor at the top. You would install the phone just the regular way with cameras on the left. What I want to test though is the third position, that would be the AI tracking sensor at the bottom. Why did they create this mode? Their answer is because we can and we want to be different. I actually see a bit of a benefit there. It is less visible. There is nothing sticking out there. It's making the package even smaller now. What Hohem said is that it's not going to interfere with tracking. It's going to work perfectly fine. Okay, let's test that. Tracking works from 1.6 feet to 16.4 feet, so we will test that distance. The same thing goes when it comes to gestures. Minimum distance is 1.6 feet and maximum is 4.9 feet. So if I will be standing too close or too far and get frustrated, it's not working, it's not the gimbal, it's me. I need to move. So these options will be strictly all about user preferences. If you want the sensor at the top, you'll keep it at the top. If you want the sensor at the bottom, you'll keep it at the bottom. For portrait mode, it's non-negotiable. Left side it is. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? What do you prefer? Sensor at the top or at the bottom? I'd like to hear your thoughts about this. By the way, you can also turn the sensor to use it with rear cameras as well. Gestures allow you to start and stop recording, and it works in native camera app as well. I also tested Blackmagic camera, and you can switch between portrait and landscape mode. You can enable tracking and reframe the shot. There's also light around the AI sensor that has 3 color temperatures that you control with the side wheel. There is cool 6500 Kelvin, warm 2700 Kelvin, and 5000 Kelvin natural light. Let's do a quick stabilization test as this is a gimbal. Here is a regular walk. Here is a smooth heel-to-toe walk to eliminate up and down movements. And let's do run. I would like to also mention that the motor has a protection. It will automatically power off to prevent any damage when used the wrong way, such as grabbing it by arm. Never hold it by the arm, always at the bottom. Hohem says that this is the first 3-axis gimbal with detachable remote control. First of all, you don't have to worry about replacing the battery, as once it is attached to the handle, it starts charging automatically. There are many situations when you can use the remote. You can use it for selfies, you can use it with a monopod and control the gimbal from the remote. There is a joystick, mode button, you can change between the modes, and you will see what mode is selected right on the remote. There's of course a shutter button as well. You can zoom in and out, but that only works in the Hohem Joy app. Recenter button is here on the side. There is everything you need to control the gimbal. There is also a new built-in tripod, so you don't have to carry an additional tripod. I've seen this tripod on another gimbal, but it was not so sturdy. This one seems to be a bit better. However, if you're going to be filming time lapses on a bit windy day, I would bring a heavy-duty tripod. You can mount it here at the bottom. You can also mount it to a big tripod or even a monopod. I really like how it was designed. When you fold it in, the little parts here just blend in with the gimbal like they are not even there. Let's pull out the extension rod. It is the same thing like on other gimbals. It also has this elbow. This extension rod is useful for getting the selfie shot, vlogging, or getting lower angle shots. Or you can just try to get higher angle shots. I didn't go through specifications yet, so let's quickly cover that. Hohem V3 weighs only 420 grams, so again, it's very small. It can easily fit into a pocket, so it's great for everyday use and travel. They also have this case available to protect the gimbal. The maximum payload is 300 grams, charging times is 2.5 hours, and approximate battery life is 13 hours under ideal conditions, and 4 hours using AI tracking and fill light at its highest brightness. You can use it in temperatures ranging from -10 to +45 degrees Celsius. This is a black version. They also offer white version. Mechanical range is displayed on the screen. This is more for everyday filming, vlogging, live streaming, social media, and all that, rather than advanced filming where you use filters. If you need stronger gimbal for external lenses and filters and all that, then I would definitely grab Hohem iSteady M6 instead. It fits smartphones with a width between 58 to 98 millimeters. The clamp is still not too deep, so it's not best for bigger cases. I have a movement case on my iPhone 15 Pro, and I see that it is quite tight. I have to make sure it is in perfectly. I would like to see if this gimbal can handle Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. I have a freewheel case on it. The fit is much better as this case is thinner. Balancing is fine. The power button is a bit in a way, but it's the same with iPhone as well. Let's see if that is going to work. The phone is quite big and heavy, so hopefully it's not going to cause vibration or sounds. I don't hear anything. I don't feel anything. But now I'm going to return to my iPhone for a bit and go to the Hohem Joy app where you get more features. I will also show you the app with S24 Ultra in a bit. If you have an iPhone, you can film here at 4K resolution, 24, 25, 30, and 60 frames per second. You can film in automatic and manual mode. You can enable face tracking and object tracking here. Change all camera settings, gimbal settings. You can do zoom here with the zoom buttons on the remote. Let's change the zoom to focus and look at the focus pull. That is done the same way as zoom with those buttons. If you don't want to use the AI sensor for tracking, you can enable gesture controls here. What you can film here are panoramas, 3x3, 120 degrees, and clone me. You can take photos, record a video, time-lapse, time warp, slow motion, and you can enter moment mode where you can use any of their templates, such as facing the sea, travel, lucky, dynamic, smart dolly zoom, smart motion time-lapse, panorama video, fantastic rotation, inception mode, back to the past, night rain, and raindrop control. Let's take a look at the app with S24 Ultra. Now, as I always say, every Android will be different. Some Androids will get all the features, others won't get all the features. If you are wondering if your phone is compatible, please don't ask in the comment section because I don't know the answer. You have to go to Hohem website and check compatibility list there. Link to this gimbal can be found below the video in a video description. Okay, here's the app. You get pretty much everything the same as on the iPhone. Yes, you can film in automatic and manual mode. The resolution is the same, 4K at 24, 25, 30, and 60 frames per second. You get all the modes as on the iPhone, except I don't see a time warp, and there are less options in moment mode. What you get here is facing the sea, inception, fantastic rotation, panorama video, smart motion time-lapse, dolly zoom, smart dolly zoom, night rain, raindrop control, back to the past, and travel. There you have it. Again, link to this gimbal can be found below. If you want to learn even more about this gimbal, then don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, because I will be working very soon on in-depth tutorial on how to use this gimbal, where you will see absolutely everything. And if you are brand new into smartphone filmmaking, I have also placed a link to my Zdenka Creator Academy there, where you can work with me directly. Give it a thumbs up and don't forget to check out one of these videos next. See you there. Ciao. Ahoj.